Hello, you guys. So, welcome to another Earth News Decoding video. My name is Marika, spiritual coach, interdimensional guide, emotional alchemist, and mental master, and quantum healer. And today we will be doing our Earth News Decoding. If you guys are new to the channel or what I do, Earth News Decoding is where I take certain articles from the most popular news sources. I test the truthfulness of whatever it is and what it means for the entire consciousness of humanity and ascension of the planet, and also an individual message that you can take away from it, whether it's for your personal life or collective life with other people. So let's get into it. The one we'll be doing today is an article by NPR. Of course, as you know, the link will be in the description box below. And it is speaking of orca whales that are all of a sudden attacking people in the south of France. Now, they're not attacking people that are in the water, but they're attacking people's boats. And there are they said there are three occurrences, but they, of course, go through two in the article. And they're talking about how these orca whales are intentionally dismantling their boats and leaving them almost like to the point where they're stranded. So they're basically going through, hitting these people's boats in very strategic places to disable them. It's not a blind attack, and a lot of time it's actually synchronized. So I am going to, of course, get into exactly what this means for you, the collective, and the truthfulness of this. So, of course, in this case, this is absolutely correct. But the meaning of this is what is super powerful and why I feel like I was called to do it. So, the planet, as you guys know, is not only a consciousness, like, energetically, it is also a consciousness physically. As in, everything on the planet and in the planet is literally alive. Of course, you guys know that, of course, animals are alive, but no. Animals are raising also with the frequency of the planet, so they are becoming more conscious. Way more conscious. And that's part of the reason why it is within the collective best interest to move away from eating meat. Now, I am vegan, but my boyfriend, he is not vegan, and that's okay. He is where he is. A lot of people are where they are. I don't judge anyone. But it is honestly within the collective good to stop eating animals. Not only energetically speaking for the light body, but also for the entire planet. As in, animals are really not going to want to be eaten, and it's really not going to be okay at all. And this is a prime example of why this is not okay. So, as I've spoken about before, the climate change that is going on in the world is twofold here. So, one side, you have the climate change that has been caused through humans' blatant disregard for the ecosystem and the functions of the earth naturally. But the second is because we are at the end of a cosmic cycle. So what does that mean? That means that the magnetic poles are going to shift again. And when that happens, there are severe climate changes that occur. Period. It is not one of those, like, humans did all this. They did not do all this. Humans have caused a lot of damage to the planet. But what's going on right now on the planet is not because of humans. It's because the climate is changing due to the magnetic pole shift. And there are a lot of people who have talked about this on different channels and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go too much into it. But basically, the animals are becoming more conscious and they are fighting back for their home. And they don't play. Also, orcas specifically don't play. They are extremely intelligent. They are almost as intelligent as dolphins. If you guys don't know about dolphins, dolphins are the second oldest animals on the planet, besides the whales. Now, I'm getting they are the oldest. They're only older than the whales by a little bit, but the whales are an older species. If you want me to do a video about the animals on the planet and where they come from, and why they're here, and what they mean together, I will definitely do that. Like, put it in the comments, or message me, or anything like that, or email me and just let me know. That's a very interesting story. So, Yeah, this is very true, but we're going to get into why this is happening. Because honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Because animals are an extension of the planet, and humans are also, but animals in a different way because they are second dimensional. So even though they have awareness, it is not the same as people. That doesn't make them any less. I'm just saying it's not, their awareness is not the same as people. So we're going to get into why they're attacking. Ultimately, they are fighting for their planet. They're looking for this Six of Wands energy to where we can be energetically restored. Because, as you guys know, the humans on the planet are like the neurons. But the planet is a cohesive system. Due to people's energy being all over the place and the destruction of the environment and different things like that, it has caused these huge energetic disturbances that are not just physical. If you guys have also noticed, geese recently have been literally getting lost. And this is not only because of the polar shift, but because the energy of the planet is so off. Because, and I will talk to you guys about this if you want me to do a video on it. There is a grid, there's a electrical grid above the earth that is keeping us kind of from harnessing all the energy that would be coming toward us otherwise. Like, it's still getting to us, but it's not as much as it would be. And the animals are very upset because their home is like being, literally, it's like the tick, tick, ticking away at it energetically. And I'm sure, just like the birds in the air, the orcas and the animals in the sea are having trouble finding which way to go and everything like that. So they're looking for this Six of Wands energy. And this Three of Pentacles, they are working with the Ascended Masters. They are working with the higher dimensional beings that are trying to bring positive energy to Earth and put Earth back in a purely positive polarity. Now, polarity is something that will exist in physical reality, period. But Earth is, of course, meant to be in the positive polarity most of the time, due to where it is in the universe, etc., etc. I won't get into that. But they are working with the higher dimensional beings to achieve this Six of Wands energy, which is planetary restoration. And I mean physical planetary restoration, by the way. I don't mean just like, we can all be happy, joy, joy. No, no, no. People need to become more symbiotic with their environment. That's what this is about. And the animals are calling for symbiosis with the planet. That's what this is about. And this King of Wands in reverse, this is the patriarchy, the belligerent patriarchy. King of Wands in reverse, if you guys are familiar with tarot, is a nasty motherfucker. A nasty, rude, belligerent tyrant. King of Wands energy, they don't care about anyone. They don't care about anyone. They don't care about anything. All they want is their way. And this King of Wands energy is what has been causing the planet to be energetically out of whack. And these animals and these Ascended Masters are working towards this energy to try to expel it or neutralize it. They're going to put them on pause. See, like I told you, this is one of many. Like, really strange things in nature are going to start to happen. Like, we've already talked about the weather and stuff like that. Because the weather's only half the puzzle. The animals are about to start revolting too. And you have this Hangman energy. And this Hangman energy is a transition point. But it's mostly for this King of Wands in reverse energy. This angry, belligerent male that just won't go down. This is a representation of course, the elite, the nefarious people who are trying to put Earth in a negative polarity forcefully. As well as the extraterrestrials that are also working to do the same thing. Now, I want to let you know right now, there are positive and negative oriented extraterrestrials. They are not all negative. I would argue that 80% of them are not negative. It's just the ones that have come here, they had a lot of bad things happen to them, and they're allowing that to inform why they're trying to take this planet. If you want me to do a video on that, please put that in the comments below, because that is another doozy. Another doozy. But yeah, they're trying to stop them with this hangman energy. You see how he's like reprimanding him? The animals on the planet are like, bitch, stop. We gonna have to, you stopping right now. This Two of Pentacles energy is going to be symbolic of what we as people and humanity are going to have to do. We are going to have to juggle, and that's what the Two of Pentacles is about. It's about judging and going back and forth between the old way and the new way. We're going to have to move out of this kind of banishing like relationship that we have with nature. Like, I literally was just talking to someone and they were saying like, I like nature in pictures, but I don't really like it. No, that's not gonna work no more. That's not, you better get that out of your system right now, this day. Get it out. Get it out of your system right now. Because once the planet starts fighting for its own symbiotic health, wealth, and function, people are going to have to become more connected with nature, because honestly, that's where you belong. I'm not saying that we gonna be out in the fucking bush and shit with no clothes on. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that we need to restore our relationship with our planet and the part of ourselves that has been lost. And this juggling energy, we're gonna have to connect with nature more. Because this shit, this banishment of nature, this disconnection, this King of Wands in reverse energy, it's gonna stop. And it's gonna stop dead in its tracks. And then we have Ten of Swords in reverse. So this is a twofold energy. This is going to stress a lot of people out. A lot of people are going to think it's fucking like Armageddon. They're literally going to think that it is Armageddon and we're all going to die. And that's not true. That's not true. But it is going to be a stretch. Like this Two of Pentacles and Ten of Swords in reverse. This is going to be a stretch for a lot of people, because I told you there's this banishment of nature that's been inherent within what humans do for so long. Like, what is it? I know you guys think it's probably only been about 1,000 years. It's been longer than that. The banishment of nature has been going on a very long time. Because I'm going to be very frank with you, even the way that some indigenous people live today is not the way they used to live when people were in symbiosis with the earth. It's not. I would argue that there is no one on the planet who lives in a way that is completely symbiotic with the planet. And I will back that up. 100%. I will back that up. There's no records of it because it was so long ago. So even though this Ten of Swords energy will be there, it will be a stretch for a lot of people. It will also be something that can be overcome. So this forceful aggression that's going to happen to this rude, belligerent patriarchy that's going on, it's going to push people out of their comfort zone. Like right here, it's definitely going to do that. But it is also going to push people toward victory. So Knight of Pentacles, if you guys are familiar with this, is an energy that's very slow moving, but it is very dependable energy. As in, people are going to have to connect with nature a lot more, and it's going to be very unnerving, but it's going to be completely doable. Completely doable. We are going to create a society that is interwoven with the already existing symbology of the planet itself. We're going to get back to that, and this Knight of Pentacles energy is definitely that. And I also want to excuse myself because it's funny. In the past reading, I actually read something as I read the Page of Pentacles like the Knight of Pentacles, and I kept saying Knight of Pentacles. But it's funny, the reason why I did that in that last reading was because even though it was a page, it was more solidified energy. And the reason I say that is because even though this is a Knight of Pentacles, this gives me a more solid energy. Like, people are going to restore their faith in the planet. And they're going to restore their relationship with the planet. And then you have Nine of Cups here, which means a whole bunch of options. Like, endless options. Like, we are going to grow. You see that they are looking towards this motherly figure, the matriarchy. That's why Oh my God, I didn't even see that. The King of Wands in the reverse to this woman who's upright, and the people are holding her up as they go to the Nine of Cups, which is options, which is opportunity, which is expansion, both emotionally and monetarily, extreme fulfillment. And Knight of Pentacles, once again, we're going toward that. So that's what this means for planetary ascension. It means that the earth is becoming conscious and assisting us in the ascension process. And what we should do from this is to try to do our best to be more symbiotic with nature. And we can do that wherever we are. Now, my favorite way to do this is probably with gardening, because once you understand and know the energy and life cycles of plants and energy of plants, it will greatly assist you in your own awakening process, not just with the planet, but as a human. So this is something that I think I'm going to talk about a little bit later, which is why people are disconnected with their bodies, why it's hurting them, and how they should fix it. So when you are disconnected from nature, your body starts, it's not shutting down, but it's a severe, like, I don't know, it's like a disruption. It's an extreme disruption. And when we connect with nature, when we get back into this planetary internal and external rebuilding, we're going to be able to move forward. Yes, it will be under a matriarchy, but you see how the male figures are holding her up? There will be no disparity with the masculine energy. Like, they'll work together. It's not about who's on top and who's not, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for this. This is, if you've been looking to garden or something, this is your sign to start gardening. Also, something that you should do that I'm kind of getting right now is that you should start energetically knowing your plants. So like, if you have a plant that's in your house that you've been taking care of, I want you to stand over that plant or stand beside it and put your hand above it and close your eyes. Get in like a meditative state and literally feel that plant. As you feel that plant, you're going to begin to not only connect to it, but your body is going to kind of morph with the plant. And the reason why that's important is because of what plants do. The reason why plants can convert light energy into physical food is because their cells literally have the ability to absorb and transform sunlight directly. It's like a materialization process. And humans actually are going to get to that point. And plants, even though they're stationary, they are technically a higher consciousness because of what they can do. You tuning into those plants will put your body into more symbiosis with itself, as well as with like the cycles of the earth, like not just the moon cycle and stuff like that, but also like the cosmic cycles of the planets throughout the year, and especially your circadian rhythm. Plants help with the circadian rhythm so much. But I'm not going to overwhelm you guys. Thank you so much for your time and for listening to me talk about this story. And I hope you guys have a fantabulous rest of your day. Bye-bye.